Hey guys, I want to give some real-world broadcast journalism advice because there's just too many fools in the game right now still. Too many fools that don't quite understand what goes into telling a complete story. First one I want to talk about is a producer. If, a producer from legacy media, I don't really know what that means anymore. It really just means organizing on-screen, on-air talent. But in today's world, where most videos go out on social platforms like YouTube and Facebook, just being able to organize on-screen talent or an interview subject and the cameraman and rope them all together, it's kind of just a glorified stage manager if you don't know how to edit video or you don't know how to work a camera yourself. Speaking of cameras, cameraman. You need to know how to edit video if you want to be anything besides a cameraman for the rest of your life. Just being a cameraman, you're never going to make very much money, you're never going to be able to tell your own stories. Same with a video editor. Video editors, if you want to really control your own stories, you got to learn how to shoot a camera, because otherwise, just like a cameraman, you're just going to be handed footage, and then you're going to have to edit somebody else's story, which can get old after a while. So if you don't want to edit other people's stories all the time, where you may have a conflicting idea about how the narrative should go, learn how to shoot a camera, and then, go out and film your own stories. Lastly, let's talk about on-screen talent or on-air talent, which are the traditional broadcast journalists. They study broadcast journalism. Maybe they came up through print reporting, filing stories, and then they got on your local, Knoxville, Tennessee, local television channel. And they're the ones you see with the 90-second segments on your local news. Here we are on I-432 with the car crash, and here's our guy who just came suddenly out of the car. Hey, Bob, what was the car crash like? Well, Cynthia, it's great. You may be great at looking directly at a camera and speaking clearly and enunciating and decent at print reporting, but if you are reliant on a cameraman and lights and a video editor, you gotta send the footage, the cameraman's gonna record the footage that you don't know how to use the camera, and then you gotta send that footage back to the video editor. And if you're recording your 90-second little story or your script or your 5-minute script and it ultimately is going through a cameraman to a video editor, the video editor is going to have the last touches on your story. And like I said earlier, they might have a different perspective on how the narrative should go. And so you're going to find yourself constantly butting heads with video editors back in the edit bay if you don't know how to edit. One, you're dependent on them, but two, they're going to want to shift the story sometimes differently than you will. And so if you know how to edit videos yourself, or edit footage at least, then you'll have more control over your story and will be better off at telling the stories you want to tell. Also, it'll cause less friction in the newsroom. And it's come to my mind that just too many people are too siloed still from legacy media, that they only know how to do the one thing they were trained to do, producer or cameraman or a video editor or a print reporter, and it's too siloed. You got to be multidisciplined in today's journalism if you really want to tell stories, because there's just too many fools still. So hopefully that's some real world advice. That's my recommendation. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow.